Ladies and gentlemen, many of you know that Bill Cosby will get to appeal his case. So this came out on Fox July 7th, 2020. Bill Cosby citing systematic racism as he fights sexual assault conviction. So, he's made a couple of attempts to get out, including over COVID, which, by the way, is pretty rampant in the prison that he resides in right now. Okay. Bill Cosby is invoking the recent unrest and move for racial inequality in the appeal of his sexual assault conviction. The disgraced actor and comedian gave a testimony in 2005 in which he admitted he gave quaaludes to young women he wanted to have sex with, an admission that ultimately spurred the release of case files in 2015 to the Associated Press and aided in giving credibility to the hashtag Me Too movement. For his conduct, which was described by U.S. District Judge Eduardo Robino in June 15th as perhaps criminal. Cosby was later convicted in 2018 of drugging, sexually assaulting Andrea Constant, which, yeah, didn't she say Benadryl made her pass out or something ridiculous? I remember that. And was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison. However, Cosby, now 82, was granted an appeal of his assault conviction last month, and in recent comments of his from his representation, Cosby has cited the often argued history of the unjust criminal justice system and the treatment of African Americans and other people of color by police in his new criminal defense. The false conviction of Cosby is so much bigger than him. It's about the destruction of all Black people and people of color in America. It really isn't. I don't know why they keep writing it that way, but I guess we are talking about Fox News. Cosby spokesman Andrew Wyatt said that the court accepted the appeal late last month, per Associated Press. The Associated Press also reports that Cosby's appellate attorney, Jennifer Bojane, said last week that the celebrity for Cosby does not change the status as a Black man. No, it doesn't. It doesn't change it for anybody in the entertainment industry when they get in trouble or something happens, like in the case of Bill Cosby. It would be naive to assume that his prosecution was not tainted by the same racial bias. Yeah, that we always see in the criminal justice system in both explicit and insidious ways, she said. Meanwhile, Cosby's wife of 56 years, Camille Cosby, said in an interview on ABC TV last week that the hashtag Me Too movement ignores the history of particular white women who have accused Black males of sexually assaulting without any proof. Still do. That hasn't changed. We know how women can lie, said Camille Cosby, who made only brief appearances at her husband's trial for defense, closing argument, and reportedly has not visited him in prison, but he did not want her to. He didn't want her to. According to the Associated Press, Camille declined to speak to the outlet last week. In December, the state's Intermediate Appeals Court rejected Cosby's first appeal. The reality of it gives them drugs, and then he sexually assaults them. Superior Court Judge John T. Bender said at the time, that's the pattern, is it not? But Cosby appealed again and last month won the right to fight his sexual assault conviction before the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. Yeah, Pennsylvania, the Alabama of the North. The Supreme Court has agreed to review two aspects of the case, including the judge's decision to let prosecutors have five other accusers to testify about long ago encounters with the once powerful celebrity. Cosby's lawyers have long challenged those testimonies as remote and unreliable. The court will also consider, as it weighs the scope of the testimony allowed, whether the jury should have heard evidence that Cosby had given quaaludes to women in the past. Secondly, the court will examine Cosby's argument that he had agreed with a former prosecutor that would never be charged in the case. You know, he was told he would never be charged. Cosby said that he relied on that agreement before agreeing to testify in the trial. Constant, a former professional ball player who is white, said she was left semi unconscious and could not fight him off, which I don't believe nothing this woman said, by the way. I did not believe her testimony at all, and I still don't believe it. More than 60 women, mostly white, but a few women of color, have made similar accusations against Cosby. Cosby's attorney, Bo Jean, though, believes the hashtag #MeToo movement is fading and that Cosby, if he wins a new trial, might avoid what she called the mob justice standards of a hashtag movement. Not long after the encounter with Constad, Cosby gave the pound cake speech to the NAACP, um, rifling about the scenario in which the Black community complains when someone is shot by police over a stolen piece of cake. No, we're not petty like that. If we complain, it's over either somebody's been harmed or killed. We don't complain over those petty things. Then we all run out and are outraged. The cops shouldn't have shot him. What the hell was he going to do with the pound cake in his hand? Cosby said. A decade later, the Black comedian Hannibal Buress took Cosby to task on stage for his scolding. You rape women, Cosby, so you turn the crazy down a couple of notches, he said in 2014. Yeah, he caught a lot of hell for doing that on stage. He caught a lot of hell. I remember that. Okay, so the former prosecutor, Christian Gibbons, Fedden, who gave closing arguments at Cosby's retrial, recognized the good Cosby did not, what he did for the Black community, and she also believed the racial bias exists in the criminal justice system. It doesn't make Cosby innocent, who is Black. It means we need to fix the criminal justice system. Okay. So one should agree with him if it relates to systematic racism and the injustice of the justice system, said Walton. Okay, so while also being suspicious of what seems to be a pattern of his of only identifying problems when they personally benefit him. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm kind of glad he's going to get another shot in court. I don't know how this is going to pan out for him because I really think they are desperately trying to keep this man in jail at all costs. Look, they won't even let him out for COVID. He has all kinds of pre-existing conditions. He's legally blind. And, and I was reading how the other inmates in there, they help him, you know? And it's amazing how Bill Cosby is out in Gen Pop, but they wouldn't put Harvey Weinstein out there. And we know Derek Chauvin, he's being protected in jail. They don't even want the black COs to look after him. So, it's amazing how they get all kinds of perks and special treatment in jail, but he had to go straight to Gen Pop. And somebody like Harvey Weinstein has done far worse. Far worse. But y'all, please tell me what you think. I hope he does get another trial, and we'll see if they publicize it as much as they did his first trial. We'll see. If it does, I'll definitely try to catch a glimpse of it if I can. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.